start recording. So mostly you don't need to know more about MySQL. There's just some few notes here I'd like you to be aware of. And we will have a look at join quickly. And after that transaction, how can we roll back? And yeah, I think that's it. So the first one, to create a user, we discussed this one before. If you want to create a new user, that's a command to create a new user, create user, and you need to put your user inside a single quote, whatever the name of the user you want to do. At localhost, it will be locally identified by, here it will be your password, also inside single quote. So when you create your user, after that, you need to give the user privilege. That means you need to allow the user to create table or access table. And if you want to give this new user all the privileges, that means he will be able to do everything. All you have to do, just grant all privilege on dot, that means everything here. So he will be, or she will be, whatever the new user will be able to access everything, all the database, to user at localhost with grant option. And you need to flash the privilege after that, and that's it. We've already seen this one. I think it shouldn't be difficult, this one, right? Yes? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want me to implement it to see how you can create a new user or no?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, let's do it then. I need to go out, so /Q. And now here, let's go MySQL minus u. So the user is root with password. So I'm gonna enter the password here, which will be root 00. Voila. And now here I can put my, I think there is a query select user. User is lowercase. User, I think it's user from. I think it was MySQL, if I'm not mistaken, MySQL.user. Yes. So as you can see, this query here, it will show you all the current user you have. Those user here, you will not touch them. That's related to SQL itself. So these different 3 user here, you're not gonna touch them. As you can see, I have a user root and I have a user Sam here. Both of them have the same privilege here. Now, if I want to create a new user here, all I have to do, I'm gonna copy this command, which is create user at. Now here I need to define what name I'm gonna give it to the user. Let's give it name Jack. Jack like that. At local, sorry?
So, quick question. Can you go back?
Yes, here.
Yes. Here, select user from MySQL.user. MySQL.user it's the name of your database, or
No. This inside MySQL.user here. It's not. It's the SQL itself. This command you tell SQL, and SQL it will show you all the current user. So that's not a table here.
But
MySQL
inside where?
It's just here. This is inside MySQL itself.
Okay.
So it's just like MySQL.info schema, MySQL.session, MySQL.system. There is a property called MySQL.user. And if you say select all user here, any user, select user or all from MySQL.user, it will give you all the current user you have on this current data server.
Okay.
You got my point?
Yeah.
I think we can show the user privilege as well. So let me check here how to show user privilege, how to show all MySQL user privilege. Show grant for user at host. Yeah, that's the command. So show grants. Let me copy this one. And if I go back here now, if I say show a grant for, and now here I define my user, let's take Sam, for example. And here at localhost, let me say local host, like that, semicolon, click. So as you can see, if I type this command, it will show me all different operations this user Sam can perform in this server. So if I say show grants, that means what this user can, okay? what options this user can do in this database. So all you have to do now, if, for example, if you want to check root, you will replace Sam by root. And here it will give you that Sam can select, can insert, can update, can do everything, as you can see. So here this user can actually do everything because it gives him full access. Yeah. Yes, no? Not clear?
Yes, but how you can give access to the specific database?
To specific database.
Yes.
Well, first let's give them, so first let's create our user. So first we need to create our user, and after that here, instead of grant all privilege, you need to define certain privilege. I'll show you now. So first let's create our user here. So we have create user Jack at localhost, identify by some password. Let me make the password. I will make it Jack 00, for example. So let's copy this one. So that's my command. I'm going here. I'm going to paste this user. And if I click on it, your password does not satisfy the current policy. Well, it's telling me your password is not good enough. So what I'm going to do, I need to modify the password. Okay, and Jack, let's make it capital like that, Jack. And here they need two numbers. 00, let's say 1, 2, 4, should be 8 at least. 5. Let's copy it. Actually, he's asking for special character as well. So let's add a question mark like that. Okay, let's go again. Let's try to create a new user. If I type here, and as you can see here now, a new user has been added. So we created a new user, Jack, at localhost, identified by the password. That's my password here. Okay, now if I want to show all the user again, so let's go see the command. Select user from user dot like that. So as you can see, a new user has been added, Jack. Now currently this new user cannot do anything because I did not give him any privilege. Let's just check this one. How to give MySQL user some privilege. Let's see here. Grant all. I don't want to get grant all. Let's see. Grant all. So if you want to give everything, you should say grant all privilege, but I don't want to grant all. No. 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 Let's just, for example, let's see how to create a new user and grant permission in MySQL. Okay. Grant privilege on database. No, I don't want to grant. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Daria, you are with me?
Yes.
So here what you say, grant, create. So what do you want to give to this new user? Let's say I want to this user to be allowed to just create and drop only. Not insert, not update, not delete, not select, not reference, not reload. So you need to define what do you want, what privilege do you want to give it for the new user. And remember the new user name was Jack, right? And the password was, what was the password? Let's copy the password. Let's go down. Yes, that's it. I'm gonna remove all of those. I'm not gonna give him a privilege. I'm gonna just give him create, alter, drop only. And I need to remove this one, I suppose. So now grant, create, alter, drop. That means the user will be able to create a database, create a table, modify table or database, and drop also table and database. On a dot, that means on all database here. For this Jack, which will be the new user I create at localhost with grant option. So now here I'm giving certain privilege. I'm not giving everything. So normal way we do it when we create a new user For MySQL, we give him all the privilege because we want him to be able to do everything. But if you want to, if you want the new user to able to do only specific thing, for example, the new user, he is not experienced, you are afraid he's gonna delete some data or something like that. If that's the case, you will not give him permission, for example, to create a new table or to drop a table, for example. Anyway, you select here, grant what option do you want here, and then to the name of the user at localhost with grant option. So let's copy this one. Let's go here, and voila. And it's okay now. Now here, all I have to do, I need to flash privilege. How was flash privilege is written? Flash like that? Yeah, flash privilege. Flash privilege, after you do that, you need to add this one, because this one here, flash privilege, is like implementing whatever you give it to the user. It's just like saying it's okay, fine. So you need to add this flash privilege. And after that, that's okay. Now, if I go to my user now and I can see, what was the command to see all user privilege? Yeah, show grant for, let's copy this one. What was the name of the user? It was Jack, right? And voila, Jack. Should be lowercase. So as you can see here now, you see Jack is being granted just only create, drop, and alter only. So only the privilege I give it to him on local host with granted option, as you can see. Yes, no. Hello, guys. You're sleeping?
No,
Did you understand what I did or no? No?
no.
Well, no, that's great. Well, that's perfect. No. If I want to create a new user, let's just do it. I'm gonna create a user and I give him all the privileges. That will be much easier, like that, instead of giving him specific privilege. When you deal with MySQL server, you will not be working alone on a project. You most probably you will be working in a group. That means you need different user to be able to access this database. For example, you create database, let's say books, and you cannot just access it. You need to create different user. If you don't have different users, they will not be able to access this database. So now how in MySQL now here, if I go to MySQL, my current SQL, I want to know how many users currently can access this local server. So in order to do so, I just need to select user. So that's the command, select user from, and here I can just say MySQL, allow me MySQL itself, the server. If I say MySQL user like that, and it will show me all the user I have. And as you can see here, I have 3 user MySQL, info schema, MySQL session, MySQL system. Those users are related to MySQL itself. I will not touch those at all. Okay, that's been created by the server itself. You should not touch those. But I created 2 users, as you can see. I have Jack, I have Sam, and I have the root. The root automatically, when you download MySQL server, you have a new user called root by default. So that will be the default user. But sometime here, let's say I have 5 in my group, and we all want to be able to work with this database. And this database in another server. If they don't have like a username, they will not be able to access this database. Is the idea clear, Rahma?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now the idea here, how can I create a new user? Well, it's simple. That's the command here. You don't need to remember the command. It's fine. I'm not asking you to remember anything in SQL. I just want you to understand. That's it. If I want to create a new user, all I have to do is the command create user, and the name of the user here, it will be in a single quote. They cannot be in double quote here. Is SQL only accept here, in this case, accept single quote. At localhost, identify by, and here I need to add the password here. Now, if, as you saw now here, if I run this command, it will create a new user for me. After I create a new user, I need to allow this user to do something, because if I create a user and I did not give him any authority, he will not be able to do anything. So how can I give him everything, all privileges? Now you can give him a specific privilege if you want now, which I already removed. For example, you can just say grant, create, delete, update to this user at localhost. And like that, he will be only able to do just create, update, and delete, depending what you give it to him. But the normal way here, we give all the privilege to the new user. So to give, that means the new user be able to do everything. And in order to give the new user privilege here, I can just say grant all privilege on dot. Dot here mean all database. To the user, what's the name of the user here? In my case, it's Jack. So all I have to do, I need to replace this username with Jack at localhost with granted option. So if I copy this command and now I run it here, it will give all the privilege to my current user, which will be Jack. So let's copy it. Let's go here and let's paste it here. Click, and as you can see now, it's query okay. Now this user Jack, now his authority is being changed, because before he was able only to create, alter, and drop. Now if I check the privilege, we will see that he has different privilege. So let's check here. Show grant. Show grant, it will show me what this user is able to do. What can he do? Can he delete table? Can he delete what he can do? And now here, if I look at this one, notice, wow, this is being changed now. It's telling me here, as you can see, this user can do everything. He can select, insert, update, delete, create, drop, reload, shut down, everything. As you can see, everything. So why? Because I give this user all the privilege now. So this new user here, Jack, now he can do everything he wants. So it's like just root, or like Sam, he has access to do everything. After I give him this privilege, all I have to do, I just need to say flash privilege. Flash privilege is just mean like apply. I'm telling my server, apply this change to this user. So flash privilege, click. That means it will apply this change, and now Jack can access everything, just like Sam, just like root here. Yes, no. It's not something you're gonna use every day, but I mean, it's a good idea to know it exists. Yes.
Yes. Mhm.
Show user from MySQL.user.
It was select.
Yeah, you're right. Select user, should be lowercase. From MySQL.user. That should be good. Well, now we have 3 users here. This guy and this guy and this guy here. So all 3 now, all I can access my any database I want to using this user or this user or this user. They're the same. Okay, that's simply how can we create a new user. Just a small note here. When sometime you define, when you create your table and you say date, for example, the date format here in MySQL, it has specific format, normally year dash minus here, month dash day. So if you remember, when I tried to add a new, I think I was trying to add last time new stuff, and it was date, and it was not accepting anything I enter all the time. So if I define any table as a date like that, you need to insert the year dash month dash day. So that's simply the format like that for year, month, and day. Yeah. Yes, no?
Yeah. And Sam, I have also a question about the privileges and so on. So because I already, like before when I was learning, I created user, but I didn't grant all the privileges. But if I just create, so the user has some privileges from the beginning or not? Because after that I could do many stuff when I was connected to this user.
That means you give him a privilege. If you don't give him a privilege, he will not be able to do so.
No,
unless it's root. So when you create a new user, the root has access to everything because the root is a default user. When you create a new user and try to do stuff, you will not be able to unless you grant him some privilege. Normally, when you create a new user, he doesn't have any privilege unless you give it to him.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's another thing here. As a varchar, you know the varchar here. It's varchar. We use it to define a string, and normally the varchar, the maximum is 255 character. You can also use text if you want to, but the text, it's really too much. So it's 65,535 character. Now, can anyone tell me which one is better to use, text or varchar? So when you have a string, you have a different option. But now I just want you to know two options, text and varchar. So varchar here is 255 maximum, or for example, if you have a URL which is very, very long, more than 255, it's a good idea maybe to go with text. But can anyone tell me what do you think the difference between that? Which one it will be a little bit take more memory?
The varchar.
The varchar will take less memory, not more.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's just taking 255 character. Here is 65,000. Okay, so the text normally take much more memory. That's the reason why you need to try to avoid using text unless it is necessary. Okay, for example, if I have first name, last name, I know the first name and last name, it will not be more than 255 characters. So if I'm going to use text, it will work, yes, but it will be very slow and it will take more memory. It's not smart to use text in this case. It's a good idea to use varchar. But if I have something very long string, and I know it will exceed 255 characters, so it's a good option maybe to go with text. Yes?
And also with varchar, in the brackets, we can write, like, for example, 100 characters, yes? And if
Yes,
we put 100, it will be, it will take less space than if we put 255, or if it's the same because it's varchar.
No, it will take less because here you are defining the maximum, you want 100 character. So it will take less. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
For int here, we have different stuff here. Again, I'm just explaining to you because maybe in the future you will encounter them. I'm not asking you to remember anything. I'm just asking you to know that these exist. We have something called tiny int. Tiny int, it's small int. It could take a value between minus 128 to 127. This minus here is negative to positive. Now, normally we use tiny int for Boolean because in MySQL, we don't have Boolean data. So normally here we just define, if I have, for example, is male, for example, let's say I have this one, is male or is female or something like that. We don't have in SQL something called Boolean. So Boolean does not exist. So sometime here we just go with tiny int. And tiny int here, I can just give it a value either 1 or 0. See, the default is 1, that means yes, he is a male. If I give it 0, that means no, he will not be a male, for example. Yes? So tiny int, we use it for a Boolean because we don't have a Boolean in MySQL. Cool? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. Small, you have, of course, different type of int. You have small int, you will not use them a lot. Mid int, no. Normally we use int. An integer can take value from minus 2 billion to positive 2 billion. So as you can see, the value is very huge. But if your database is very, very huge, sometime or a lot of time, actually, we use big int. Big int take value from 9 trillion. So that's very, very huge number. Big int take value from minus 9 trillion, something like that, to positive 9 trillion, something like that. So if your database is very huge, and I have ID, for example, I'm not going to use int, I'm going to use big int. Again, for you, it will not matter because all the database we are creating, they are limited, they are small. But for big database, most of the time, actually, they're using for ID big int and not int. Yes? No.
Yes.
I just need to show you a few stuff more, and that should be enough for you. After that, I'll give you some time to finish your project, and then we will need to study Sequelize, and you need to do 1 or 2 projects with Sequelize before we move to MongoDB. Now, sometimes we need to create a copy from our database. Why? Because simply my database, by mistake, when I do some operation, maybe I delete some data, or some of my colleagues deals with some data. So actually, I can make a copy from my database. And how can I do that? Or I can use something called SQL dump. So all I have to do is just say MySQL dump minus u root minus p. That means the user here, root minus p. You need to define the password. That means for the root, you give it password. And here you need to say which database you want to make a copy of it. And then here you have angle bracket. You need to define the path where do you want to save this database. So let's say I have a database called demo. So my database, as you can see, it's called demo. And now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use MySQL dump. I'm going to use the root is fine, minus p demo, and I will save it in user/sam desktop/sam here, and not my database. I will name it, for example, copy.sql. So let's copy this command and try to run it to see if it will work or not. So click on this one. Let's add this one here. Actually, I think I can exit this one. So let's go out, and let's try to do that. So again, my SQL dump minus u, that means a user. It will be, you can define any user you want, but your user must have privilege. If he does not have a privilege, you will not be able to run it. Minus p, that means you provide the password. Which database you want to copy? Demo. Where do you want to copy it? Well, I want to copy it to user, sam, desktop, and then what's the name of this guy here? I want it to be copy.sql. You can name it whatever you want. If I click on it, it will ask me for my password. Let's click. Let's check if there is anything here or not. Not sure. Voila, as you can see, that's my copy. Let me go to desktop. Do you see my copy? That's my database. But I want to show it in a different way. Voila. So as you can see, that's the copy I've created from my demo here. So now it's create a copy from my database, copy.sql. Is the idea clear or not? Do you want me to do it again? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me delete it. Hopefully I did not delete anything useful. Let me just check it. Oh, no, it's okay. So again, you are outside of your SQL user. So now I need to make a copy from my database. First, what I need to do, you just need, I will share the command with you. You don't need to remember the command, but you need to know how to use it. What do I mean by that? Well, the command to make a copy from your database is called MySQL dump, D-U-M-P. After that, minus u, it will be just the user you want to, so you need to access the database using one of the users. Which user you want to access the database? Here I'm choosing root, because root has all privilege. Then after that, I say I'm gonna provide the password for root. And then here I need to define which database I want to copy. Currently, I have only one database, which is demo. After that, I need to define angle brackets. That means where do I want this copy to go? As you can see, it's like an arrow, angle bracket. I want it to go to users. Why? Because I am on Mac, and on Mac, the root start with /users, and inside this user, I have one user called Sam. Then I have a desktop. Then inside this desktop, I have another desktop, and then I want to make a copy here. So what I'm doing here, I'm trying to make a copy on my desktop. That's it. So all I have to do now, of course, you need to give it a name now here. I need to give name to this copy. So maybe I can just say my new copy like that, .sql. Voila. So that's the command simply. All you have to remember, just you need to remember this one. It will be the name of the database you're trying to copy. So you will change this one. And if you are in Windows, of course, this one, it will be different here. You can play with this absolute path to change it to the place you want to. I am on Mac. I'm starting with users, then Sam, then I want to just copy it to desktop. And the new name of my database, I just name it my new copy.sql. Okay? So if you hit run, it will ask you for your password, of course, root 00. Click. It will take some time until it can make a copy of this database demo. And if I go back in here, if I click on this one and I go to desktop, still taking time, I suppose. Voila. And as you can see here, my new copy.sql. And of course, now I've saved all copy from all my database here, like that. Is it quite clear, guys? Yes, no?
Yes, Sam. And what if we have Excel file with hundreds of users, and we need to upload those users to our database, but not manually each user, and like all file?
So in this case, you need an IDE. So if you go to SQL here, you are in Mac, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to dbeaver, I think it's allow you to import, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. There's something called import, something like that. dbeaver file. See, you have import and you have export, Daria. If you click on import, and in here you need to define which format you were trying to import. Type dbeaver. Where do you want to import them? And also, it accepts different format. For example, if you have CSV, which is a comma separated file, if you have Excel, you have different file. So you can import it here, and after that, automatically it will be converted to a query for you. Yes?
Yeah, thank you.
That's in here. That should be fine. I'm gonna share this command with you. It's good to know. I mean, you may use it or not, but it's good to know. Vicky, voila. Okay, that should be fine. We have alter table, so we finish this one as well. We need now alter table, which is quite important, actually, alter table. So we have join, we have some transaction, and we should be done. Okay, so how can we alter a table? First, what is alter table mean? Alter table mean, what if I create a table and after that I want to change it? How can I do that? Well, for this example here, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get rid of all of that because I'm not going to need them anymore. So let me get rid of them. Those guys, I will need them. So let me just comment those. Voila. Now, as you can see, I have two tables here. I have books. And books, I have title, author, price, image, blah, 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 stuff like that. And I have another one, which is user with email, password, and created at, which is timestamp. Now, I want to add another column to one of these tables, either books or either user. So how can I do that? Well, to alter tables, the command here, just the alter table and the name of your table. Here, let's take user because it has a little bit less stuff here. And then after that, which column I want to add, let's say email, and then what type of data. So let me copy this command, put it here, and I need to change it. So alter table, which table I'm gonna do? User, and I need to add a column email. I already have email. Let's just add, for example, what should we add? Grade, for example. Name, yeah, username or name, yeah, why not? Let's just choose name, varchar not null. So all I have to do here, I need to do this one. And of course, first I need to use my database. What's the name of my database? Use demo like that, and that should be okay. So let's try to run this SQL query and see if that will work or not. Click. It looks like it works. So let's refresh this connection. And as you can see here, see, in user now I have a new column, which is name with varchar 255, as you can see. So that's how you can alter your table. So to alter a table, of course, when you alter a table, what you're gonna change the column. You're not gonna change the row, because the row here just record. You can insert, you can delete. You already know how to do that for the record, but you don't know how to do that for the column. So to do that for the column, all you have to do just alter table is the name of the table. If you want to add a column, you just say add the column as the name of the column. What data type do you want, and what do you want it to be? Not null, or for example, do you want that to have a default value, or whatever you want? And voila, that's simply how it is. Yes.
Can we put this column after password? So it will be email, password, name, and after that create a data.
But that doesn't matter in the tables, because the table, which one comes first, it doesn't matter really. The order does not matter in the table, because if comes this one or this one, it doesn't really matter. You get my point? So no, actually what SQL is doing here, you already have those, they already taken some space. So what's going to do to this guy is gonna push it at the end. You get my point?
Always at the end, we cannot change them. Okay.
But what you can do, you can change this one email if you want to. You can change it from email to name, and change this one from name to email if you want to, which is nice as well. Okay, now we've seen this one, so let me just comment this one. We have add column, we have alter column or modify column. So let's copy this second command, come here, put it here. Now alter table user, modify as a column. What is the column here? Let's say email. So let's say I'm gonna change the email from varchar to, let's make it varchar 100, like that. So the email, as you can see, the varchar here is 255. Then I realize 255 is too much for the email. Maybe I can just add this one. So let's try, and let's run this command. And now let's try to refresh my database. And as you can see here, the email is being changed to 100, as you can see. So you can change a specific column here if you want to. You can change the data here. You cannot change the name, but you can change the type of data. You can change some, you can add not null or stuff like that. You can add them. You can add a new column if you want to. You can delete a column if you want to, by the way. Also, you can delete a column. So alter table user, delete the column. If you want to use this one, voila, let's comment this one. Alter table, all of them start with alter table user. Drop which column I want to drop. Let's drop the email, for example. And now all I need to do, I need to run this query, and it's working. And now let's refresh it, and voila. Yes, sorry, it's gone. Yes.
So we're gonna lose all the information that we had. So if we didn't create the copy, so we'll lose it forever?
Yes, of course. Here, when you need to save a copy of them. Now, there is a way. Now we will discuss it. After that, we have some transaction. I will show you what transaction are. Sometimes if I have a lot of SQL query and I am not sure if they are correct or not, we can do transaction. So what is a transaction? We will see it now. I can just say begin transaction, and after that I can roll back. If I say roll back, it will go back to previous changes. Of course, if I did not comment them, but let's just wait for now. Let's just finish alter table now. After that, we will go there. Okay?
I have a question.
Okay.
So if we create a copy of our database, we store it inside our folder on our local machine. But what is a secure way to store this data? Because it's not really secure to copy our database to just desktop folder, and that's it.
Again, Daria?
So when we make a copy of our database, we made a copy to our local machine and we store it in a desktop folder, something like that. And it seems not really secure way to store our copy. How to store a copy like in real life? Where
In real life, we will have like disks. These disks, we store a copy from our database on these disks. Do you understand what I mean? When you make a copy, sorry, when we make a copy from this database, we store them in the disk, and these disks are separated because we never know what if something happened to. Now we are working on this machine. I have a copy on the machine, and for some reason there was a fire and everything is gone.
Okay. And
So-
what kind of disk?
So there's specific disk to store a large amount here. So it's just like I don't know if I can show you here. Depend on the company. My old companies, they have all disks like that. Just see. Disk to store database. I think they are really huge data. This huge size. Something, no, that's the old one. Something like that, Daria.
Okay, but not in cloud.
No. It depends really. It depends on the company. Some of them, if you already have, because if you're gonna do it for the cloud, you're gonna pay for it, huh? Some of them do it locally, just on disks like that, as you can see, and they have a copy like that. They just put it away from the device in case some fire happen. Like that, they store their database. Some company, if you already have a cloud, have registration like that, the cloud guarantee is that it will keep your database. That you're not gonna lose anything.
Okay.
That's my point.
Yeah, yes,
But
thank you.
for cloud, you need to pay for it.
Okay. Thank you.
It depends also on the company, if it's big company or not. Yeah, many factors. Let me click. Voila. Is alter table is quite clear now, guys. Do you know now how to alter a table? Yes, no. So
I have a
alter table, you
question.
have. Yes.
If we alter a table and modify a column, so like for example, it was varchar 255 and now it's 100, but there was one input that exceed 100, so it was 105. So what happened with this the data?
Part of it will be lost.
Part of it, so it will be cut like.
Part of it will be lost.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to be careful because this type of transaction now, what we are doing here, we are altering table here. It's not something you're gonna do every day, guys, because the database, when you are doing, you have a huge database, and normally you should avoid delete anything as much as you can, unless you are really sure that that's what you want to delete. Most of the time you have a lot of database, and your job, it will be to query data, get data, clean data, something like that, maybe modify data. But to delete, you need to be careful. You need to make sure that you know what you are doing. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So that's alter table. I'm going to share this command with you as well. Again, it's not something we're going to do every day, but I mean, yeah, could be useful. Joins here. I need to show you some graph so we understand what different join we have. I don't think we have full join in MySQL. We will check now, but I don't think we have full join. So let me see if I have any stuff here for join tables, MySQL. Oh, well, that's okay. That's not bad. So the question here, why sometimes we need to join tables? Why do you think, by the way, joining tables does not mean I'm going to take this table and merge them together. No, it's something visual only. So sometimes I need some data from different tables, so I need to see them together. That's it. But that's not going to alter my table. So they're not gonna change my table. It will just bring some data from this one, and I can see with the data I need. So my question here, why do we need to join tables? What do you think joining table is?
You need different kind of data related to one user or one specific item.
Yes. So let's say this table here, table 1, I have user here, the username, the user email, the user ID. And this table 2 here is user order, let's say, or something like that. If I want to see the username, email, and user order together, I can just perform simple join. So I will grab the data from one table and grab the data from another table, and I can just join them together to see different data belong to specific user, for example. So what is joining table mean? So joining table simply mean, sometimes, I don't know if there is definition here. Yeah, is used to combine row from 2 or more table, which so simply here, I have some data from this table, I have some data from this table, and I want to just see the data from both table at the same time. In this case, we perform what we call join table. Is the idea clear? Why do we need to join tables or not, guys? Yes, no? No, it's not clear. Thank you. Let me create a few tables here. Can I delete this one? No. User, and let's say books. Let me insert stuff, insert into user email address. And now let's take the value John. And let's say John. John at gmail.com. Okay. And I will just run my SQL query here. Unknown email. Because I delete the email. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. And delete the email. I have name, I have password. For now, let's just make the password 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Let's try to run it. Okay, that's good. Now let's add some, I don't know. So we have user here, and let's say order. I will create a new table, name it order. Create table. If not exist. If not exist, and I will name it order. Orders like that. Orders like that. And here, I will take the ID, that's fine. Product name, price, that's okay. Quantity created at, and I'm gonna make it simple. I don't want that for now. Yeah, let's just do this one, fine. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm gonna create a foreign key because I want to make a connection between the user table, as you can see, the user table and this order table. So in order to do so, what I can do here, I can just say, for example, the name of table, I can just say user underscore ID int not null. So this value here, which is user ID, it will be the same ID as this user here. And like that, I can just join both table here. Let's just keep it this way. Price, let's remove the price. I just want product name here. I want to make it very simple. Okay, so let's try to run this guy here. No. ID int, yeah, I have comma here. Let's try again. Oh, good, now I have my table. Let's refresh. And I have order, as you can see. So now, what I want to do, I want to see all the users. You are with me or you are sleeping, guys?
With you.
With me. Okay, select all from users. I want to see all the user because I want to see their ID. Yeah, why I can't see users? That's bad. Okay, let me go to my terminal and MySQL minus u root p root dot. And now here I just want to select all from users. No database selected. Let's use demo. And now should be okay. And now here I can just select all from user. Okay, how many users do I have? As you can see, I have 3 users. I have user 1, user 2, user 3. So what I'm going to do now, I will try to insert. I have only 3 users. 1, 2, 3. I will pick user number 3, which I just entered here. I will with ID 3. His name is John. So let's try to enter a new order here. So what I'm going to do here, I can just say insert into order. Insert into order. What's the name of the table was? Order, right? What value I have in the order? What value do I have in the order? I just need product names, that's it, and user ID. Product. Product underscore name, comma, user underscore ID. I will just close it this way. And then after that, I have the value here, the product name. You can name the product in laptop. And the user ID here, I will make it 3 because I have 3 users. And maybe I can add something else. Instead of laptop, let's say a smartphone. Smartphone like that. And yeah, let's just run both this query and see what will happen. Well, lucky for us, it's okay. And now what we can do, now we know if we select all from users, so let's see here. So if we select all from users, that's our user. Let's also select all from order. Select all from orders like that. Voila. So now we have 2 orders. We have a laptop and we have a smartphone. And as you can see, the user ID is 33. So these 2 belong to this user, which is the ID 3. Now, what do I want to do? My data, the data I want to see actually in not one table, in 2 tables, as you can see. So I need somehow to combine these both tables. So maybe I am not interested in created at, for example. Maybe I'm not created in the password, maybe, or maybe I'm created. Anyway, I'm interested in user ID. I am interested in the username. And also I am interested in the product name and also the user ID here. So I need to make sure that these 2 belong to user with ID 3. So how can I show these both data in the same table? Yes. How can I do it? Any idea?
Join tables.
Yes, I can join table here. And here to join table, I will have a different option. Before we do that, let's different. So inner join here, it will show you the column which will belong to both table here. It will only show you the column which will belong to both table here, like that. Yeah. Again, if I'm using inner join, it will show you only actually the data which will be in table 1 and in table 2. If I say left join, it will show you all the data in the first table and not in the second table. Now, part of this data could also show in the second table. Right join, as you can see, it will show you everything in the second table. Cross join, or that's what you call full join, it will show you everything. It will kind of combine both of them here. Let's see by example, just to understand these different join here. I will start first with the inner join here. So let me take this one.
Then, can you join more than 2 tables?
Yes, you can. You can join 3 actually, 4, whatever you want. Now select, how can I join? Well, what I'm going to do now here, I'm gonna just break it into a few stuff. Inner join here. Post only. That's okay. That should be fine. Okay, so what do I need from the user here? What different column I want to show in the user here? What do I want to show? I want to show the ID, so maybe I can just say user ID. So as users here is a table, and here is it will be the column user.id. It will just show me the ID here. I want to show also maybe password and name. So user dot name. It could be good to see that like that, and also user dot password. I think I have
Users with S.
you are right. Users. Voilà. So here I will need to define what column do I want to see from the first table here, which will be user. It's up to you. Here for me, what I want to do, I want to select the ID, because in my user, as you can see, I have ID, I have password, I created that, I'm not interested. Name, yes. So I will just say users.id, comma, user.name, comma, user.password. I want to see all this column. And then from which table here? Well, from user. Well, that's my table user. Then I will say inner join. Okay, now I'm trying to say inner join, but with which table here? What's the second table I'm trying to make inner join with the user? What the name is? Orders. So I'm gonna just say orders like that. And now here on is very important. Why? Because now when I'm trying to join two table, I need to have a connection between the two. What do I mean by that? So I need to have like foreign key in one of the table and primary key in this table. If you remember, this user underscore ID and this ID, this is foreign key. And this here is primary key. So this value and this value are the same. So here I need to provide a value where the value here and the value here in this table, they will be the same. Otherwise, I will not be able to join them. So what I can do, I can just say user.id, it will be equal to orders dot what? Dot user underscore ID, because this guy here and this guy here is the same. Yes, no? Guys?
Yes.
Again, sometimes now when we deal with SQL, when we deal with database, sometimes our data is not in one table, in multiple tables actually. And I need to see all these data, or I need some column from one table, some column from another table. So what should I do? Well, I need to join table in this case. So join table, it will not join your table. No, this query here, it will bring the data. It's kind of taking some data from this table user and from this one, and it show you this data only when you run the query. It show you, but it will not alter your table. Your table is still there. It's still there. Nothing it will change. Now what you see is only visual. It will just show you the different data you are interested in. So I'm saying select. What do I want from user? What do I want to see from user? Well, I want CID, password, name. So I will say users, that's the name of my table, users.id, users.name, user.password. From which table? Table user. And then I need to say inner join. What type of join? Left join, inner join, right join, full join. And here I will join it with one table there. What's the second table name? Order. On this is important. If I'm gonna join two table or three table, I need to have one column which is common between these two. That means one column here and one column here must be the same. Otherwise, I will not be able to join them. That's the reason why I created user underscore ID. Why? Because user underscore ID, it refers to the primary key in this table. This one actually, it's a foreign key. So this value and this value is the same. Here I'm saying on user.id, it's equal to order.user underscore ID. And that's how I'm gonna make an inner join. So let me copy it. Let me go here and see what it will give me. So as you can see here, actually it does not show me anything, which is strange. Why? I have ID, I have name, I have password, and I don't have anything else. Of course, I don't have anything else because it will only show me the column which are between the two, but it does not show me anything from the table 2, which is order. Let's try another join.
Maybe it shouldn't be inner, but something else cross. Or
no, it is inner. No, yes, but now I'm just showing you different join. You got my point. Now I'm showing a different join. Let's now choose. We've seen inner. Let's choose left. All of them is the same, by the way. Left, right, and then now full. All I have to change here, I have to change this value here. So we've seen inner join. Now let me copy it and let me comment it, and I will go. And now here, I will, instead of inner join, I will just say left join. Left join. And I can, after that, say right join. Right join. And I'm not sure that in SQL we have full, but
it was cross. Okay. I think in 3W school, it was cross.
I don't think we have cross as well. But let's see here. So now I have left join. I'm going to copy it, and I see what will give me here. Copy. Now we've seen this one, so let's add this one here as well. Copy. So now here it show me a password, and so the left join, normally it should show me all the table from the left. Okay, I see. The reason why inner join it show me here just John and John. Can anyone tell me why it's show me 2 times John? So the inner join, why it show me 2 times John here? So that's my table user, that's my table order, but here it show me John 2 times. What is the reason?
Because there are 2 orders.
Because there is 2 orders and both of them belong to the user with ID 3. That's the reason why it's showing me 3 and 3 like that. So that's the reason here it's showing me this one. And here, if we go left join here, it will show me every user I have. So I have user with ID 1, user with ID 2, and user with ID 3 repeated 2 times. Why 2 times? Because here I have 2 orders. Like that. But what left join is doing here, it will show me all the users. Why? Because the left table here, it's users. So it will show me all the data inside the user. Even if it's not, this user here does not exist in the second table, which is order. Because in order, I only have order for user 3, but I still have user 1 and user 2. Why? Because again, if I go to W3 school, left join here, it will show me all the row, all the data from table 1. If they are shared with table 1 or not. For example, user 3, yes, user 3 has 2 order, which is also exists in table 2, in my table order. But if I say left join, it will give me all the users. All the users. If they have order or they don't have order, it does not matter. But if it's inner join, it will only show me the user which they have order only. And that's the reason why I saw a user with ID 3 2 times, because I had 2 order. But left join here, as you can see, it will show me all the user. If they have order or not, they will show me everything here. If I try right join now, right join here, it will show me the user who they have order, but also it will show me all order. Even if I have order which does not belong to user 1 and 2 or 3, it will show this order. Now, so let's go here. Comment this one. Let's go to right join and see how that will differ. Clicky. So as you can see here, when I make right join here, it just gave me my 2 order only. Why? Because simply I have 2 orders. So right join here, it will show me all the order because my table on the right, it's order. My table on the left, it's user. So I'm making now a right join, so it will show me all the order here. Even now, if I have more order, which does not belong to any user, for example, let me add another order here. Insert into order, yes. Do I have this one insert? No, let's just say insert into. No, I don't want that. I want orders. So in orders, I have user ID and I have product name. Quantity I don't have. Now what I'm going to do here, first come user ID. No, for product name first come first.
Can we have a break, Samir?
Yeah. Just give me a second. I will give you a break.
Okay, thank you.
Laptop. Now here, let's just enter user with ID 10. I know that user with ID 10 does not exist in my users, but let's try it.
You have comma inside the brackets
Where is it?
after ID, yeah. And maybe change the not to laptop because we already have the laptop, so it will be maybe more visible if you write, I don't know, smartphone.
Paste.
Or test, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, let's enter this one. Okay, now it's been here. Let's try to do in our join again, but it was right join. Right join order. Let's see. No, I don't have the whole SQL. Let me delete this one. Let me go to right join. Where's right join? Voila. Let me go here. Let me paste here. Click. So as you can see here, what's giving me here. So it show me the user here. It show me the first order, the second order belong to user with ID 3. But here it show me null. What does null mean? What is null mean?
The ID 10 doesn't exist.
Yes, because that's order number 3 here with ID 3, but I don't have equivalent users. That's the reason why it show me null here. Yeah. What I can do also, I can maybe reverse it if I want to. Actually, let's take a break, and after that, we'll come back, okay?
Okay.
Enjoy your break. So is the idea of join table is clear or not, guys? Yes, no?
During the break I went to 3W schools, and I think we made one mistake. Because go to your code, and if you have like select user's ID, user's name, and user's password, but it should be like user's ID and with with orders dot product name and user's password. We should in select in the seventh like the yeah here for example we need to add also like something from orders.
It's possible, yeah. I
because
think it will.
because when you did inner and left, it was okay, it was weird. But if you did right and you didn't see anything from the orders, and this is the right table, so yeah, and in W3 schools there is a simple example, and I saw that in select you don't need to only put the users, but also you need to put orders.
Just a second. Okay.
Orders
dot
product name, for example.
Product name. Let's see if that will work here. Now, is inner join again. Let's see inner join what's going to do. So inner join, it should show me the record which is belong to both tables here. Now in my first table user, I have user with ID 1, ID 2, ID 3. And in here I have two or three order. I have order with two order with for ID 3 or for user 3. I have one order for ID 10. So let's see what we will got. Copy that. Let's clean that. And actually, you are right, Agnieszka. So it show me the product name as well, as you can see. So what show me here is it show me the product name, because the product currently I have two products. I have laptop and smartphone, and both of them belong to the user with ID 3. I also have another order, and this order was test, but this test does not belong to any user, or actually it does belong to user 10, but user 10 does not exist. Okay. Is it a bit clear, this one, or? Guys, hello.
Like
Guys,
for
if you
me,
don't,
is clear, but you can put like the inner, the left, right, and now we can see the differences maybe. So it could be
yes, but I
interesting.
want to make sure for the other, is it clear? Adil, Ahlam, Daria, Ejid, Omra, Goldkin, Masmilano,
Yeah,
Minju.
that's fine.
Oh, thanks God. Okay,
Yes.
let's do the same here. So what we're going to do now, left join. Left join, that means all the record from the left table, I should see them. That means I should see all the users here, even the user do not have order. So what I can do here, I can just say orders and order those product names that I'm interested in. So let's try to perform a left join here. Let's copy this one. Click. So what do we have here? So as you can see, I still have, because it's a left join, I see these two we've seen before because these two belong to the user three. But now I have also user one and user two, but user one and user two, they do not have any product. And the value here, it will be null, as you can see. Yes. Why they are null? Because simply user one with ID one and user with ID two, they don't have any product in the table, but we are performing left joins. That means we should see all the user here. Even the user do not have any product, and that's the reason why we have null. I think that should be clear as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yes or no? Yeah, but if you don't tell me yes or no, how could I know?
For me,
Guys,
not everything is clear, but I know that we will have a video and I can just rewatch it. So that's why I do not have questions because it needs time.
yes. Okay, let's go to the right join. What does right join mean now? My table in the left is user, on the right is order. What does right join mean? That means I should see all the record from the right join or the right table order. Even if I have some order does not belong to any users here, I should see them. But here, let's also see orders like that, dot product name, just in case. So let's copy it and let's see here. And if I click enter, and as you can see here, what do I have? Well, because it's a right join, so I'm seeing all three products I have. I have laptop, I have smartphone, I have test, and laptop and smartphone belong to user with IDs 3. Test here, we have this order, but it does not belong to any user, but we need to see it, or we see it because we are performing a right join. So this test here, this product does not belong to any users. That's why I have null. Yes. Okay, let's go to the last one and see, because I don't know if we have cross join or not actually. So let's see. Let's go to with order as well. Orders, product name. I'm not sure if we have cross join or not in SQL. Let's click it. Actually, we have cross join. I thought we do not have it. So cross join should show me everything. But that doesn't make sense because I should see also everything from both tables. I don't see user with ID 1, I don't see user with ID 2, and also I don't see the product, I don't see product test. So I don't think this one is working here, which is cross join. Let's try full join. Full join. Let's copy it. Full join unknown user ID in field list. No. Yeah. So I was expecting that. We do not have full join. They say cross join, but cross join, it doesn't give me what I want. Cross join, it's just like inner join. It give me just like inner join. I don't think in SQL we have a full join like that. That's the reason here. Yeah, I mean, if I do this way here and try to run it cross join, but it just does not give me everything. As you can see, what is giving me actually, it just giving me like inner join here. Because I still have one product, it should show me everything in table one and in table two. Here I still have user with ID 1, user with ID 2. I don't see the user. Here also I have a product which is test and I don't see it in the right table. So I don't think this one is working in SQL. Yes, no.
Could you Google it for us? Could you Google it for us? Because in general it should work, but I don't know why it's like that. Maybe we should like select something else, or because in the website 3W Schools there is cross, and it should show everything, but I don't know why.
No, in W3 School is teaching you SQL. They're not teaching you MySQL, if I'm not mistaken. There is different, I told you, between SQL and MySQL.
I think it was MySQL too. Can you go to the website?
Let's go to the website.
It's supported types of joins in MySQL. Yeah.
It is MySQL, actually.
Yeah. And but it's cross-join.
Return all records from both tables, okay?
Yeah.
So let's go here, cross-join. And here I'm actually, let me remove those here. Let's just select all like that. Let's just select all from user. Let's see what will give me this one. No, as you can see here, it just give me only, it's only give me the, it's like inner join. It's only give me the user here, as you can see, user 3, which you already have a product, which is product 1 and product 2. It show me everything, as you can see, from both table here. But the idea here, it should not show me only 2 records. It should show me actually 5 records. Why? Because I still have user 1 and I still have user 2. And also I have product with ID 3, which is test, but it doesn't show me.
Maybe select all from users and orders.
But it show me.
I'm inventing. Okay.
No. I have everything here. No, it's not working. But yeah, that's fine anyway. So inner join, left join, right join, is it clear, this one? Is there any problem with these joins here? The idea, it's quite simple, guys. Let me just go to my Excalibur and try to explain it here a little bit. So let's say I have 2 tables here. That's my table 1 and that's my table 2. So I have my table 1 and my table 2. Voila. And voila, like that. Those are different records here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Let's say this is users, and this is orders, or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter what table is. Now, sometimes I need some information from this table and this table, but they are 2 separate tables. But now I need to see some information. Some of this information belong to this table, and maybe even there could be 3 tables. So I want somehow to join these 3 tables to see this data. So the first one, in order to join table, we need to have a connection between these table. What do I mean by connection? Well, if that's the ID of user table, and of course, you know, each table has a unique ID, which is a primary key. So PK, primary key. I need to have a foreign key here. So if I want to join this table and this table, I need to have a foreign key in this table. Why? Because if I don't have a foreign key, how can I join both of them? It's not possible. It's not possible to make a connection. So what I can do here, I can add a record here, new column, and I can name it user underscore ID. Now remember something. This value and this value are connected. So for example, if I say 1, that means this one belongs to user with ID 1. If I say 2, that means this order belongs to you, user with ID 2. And as you can see, because I have this foreign key here, now I can join both tables. Okay, now what do I want to see? Well, I want to see only the record. So that's record 1, that's record 1, that's record 2, that's record 3, that's record 4, record 5, and so on. So now, if I say inner join, it will only show me the record here and here, which belong to both tables. That's mean if user with ID 1 has some order, it will show user with ID 1. If user with ID 2 does not have any order, he will not show user with ID 2. Why? Because simply the inner join, it will only show me the record which belong to both tables, which exist in both of them. And here, if I don't have any order belong to user with ID 3, that means I will not see user ID 3 when I join the table. So I will have another table here, but I will not be able to see user with ID 3 because user with ID 3 does not have any record in this table. That's what we call inner join. Now left join here, left join, it will show me all the users here. Because it's the left join, it will show me all the record here. So it will show me user with ID 1, with ID 2, with ID 3, with ID 4. And now if user with ID 1 has any order, it will show me his order. If user with ID 3, for example, here, user with ID 3 has no order, it will show me null. That's mean, which will show me user with ID 3, but it will tell me it has no order, no, nothing. But I can see all the users here. Why? Because I'm performing what we call left join. And left join here, it will show me all the record from the left table, which is user, and only the record which exists in both of them, let's say, in the right table here. Is the idea clear? Yeah, no? It's quite simple. If I say left join, it will show me everything, all the record, all the user in the left table. If I say right join, it will show me all the order. Even if this order does not belong to these users, they will show me them. So that's the right, everything from the right table. Left, everything from the left table. And if I say inner join, it will only show me the user which has order here. That's the inner join. That's it. Full join is supposed to show everything from table 1 and table 2, but it does not work in SQL. Yeah.
Some I sent you on Slack about the cross join. It's different syntax, and it should work. Yeah.
Select from cross join. No, it's not different syntax. It's the same syntax actually. Select from cross join is the same syntax.
But we don't need to compare the ID from the orders and ID from the users.
Well, let's see. Yeah, but if you don't compare them, it's just joining everything.
Yeah, but like select, and we need to select at the beginning.
Join. So select, it's everything. I'm selecting everything here. From user, cross join order, on user ID here. Fine. But if I do that, then what's going to do here? It may show me everything, but it will not be in based on anything. So it simply will show me both tables like that. Let's see. Click like that. I need to indicate a semicolon. And now it show me everything. Yes, but laptop is ID 1. 3, 10, 10, 10. No. It show me everything, yes. It show me user with ID 1, user with ID 2, user with ID 3. It show me the record laptop 3 times, smartphone 4 times, tests 3 times. But I cannot make a join because here it must be on something, I suppose. Let me check it again. See, Agnieszka. Select customer from order where customer is equal to order.customer. So we need to join it on something. Otherwise, it will just show me both table and I will not know what's the connection between them. Is joining tables the idea is a bit clear or not? Yes, no. Guys? Yeah, it's just some syntax, that's it. Are you sleeping today? Soumya,
No.
did you understand what is joining?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna repeat it tomorrow again. It's fine. I'm gonna repeat it tomorrow again. I know it's a new concept, but I'm gonna repeat it a little bit again tomorrow. It's fine. And now transaction, I don't think you will gonna use transaction at all, but I'm just gonna explain it just a little bit here. Now, what is transaction? Sometimes we need to do a lot of operation as one unit. So if I have a lot of SQL query and I want to execute it just like one command, if that's the case, I can make a transaction. In order to make a transaction, I need to say start transaction. Now, what's interesting about when I say start a transaction, if I make any mistake, I can add this command, which is called rollback, and rollback here, it will just give me back to the previous state. Okay, so I can now write, for example, here, any SQL query I can do, I can just say insert, delete, drop, whatever I want to. I can write whatever query I want to, I can execute them as long as gmail.com. Voila. So I can now do all of that as long as I don't commit, just like get. If I don't commit, I can roll back. So if I use this command roll back, it will just remove all this data. It will go to the previous state. But if I say commit, the commit, that means the change is being applied to my database and I cannot go back. It's just, that's a simple concept here. Yes, no. Yeah.
Yes. Insert.
I'm gonna just put the transaction here as well, and that should be enough for today. Now, when we finish when you finish now with your exercise, the current one you are doing, we will not be dealing with SQL directly anymore. We will be using something called SQLize. That's a library we're going to use. And SQLize here, as you can see, I need just to define. So those are some settings you don't need to worry about. It's just like normal SQL. After I define my setting here, all I have to do when I want to create a module, is there any example about module? So for example, here to create a module is like a table. I can just say const user await user dot create. And here I can define different field here. And later on here, I can just say find all, and it will find me all the user I want to. Find one, it will find me one. So it's this SQLize come with some function, and this function here, it will help me to do everything. So I don't need to do anything anymore. I don't really need to say select all from or something like that. No, I can just use find all. I can use, for example, find by primary key, find one. So all this function is available on SQLize, and all I have to do just use this function, and they will do all the job for me. Yes, no. Yeah. Okay, finish your project, and after that, I'm gonna explain. If we finish today your project, I'm going to explain SQLize, how you can connect to it, and also how can you use it. And yeah, you need to work on one project maybe or two just to get used to it. That's it. Question? Question?
Could you come back to transactions because I didn't understand?
Yes, I will explain transaction and also join tomorrow again because it's a new concept. I feel like you don't understand it.
Okay.
Yeah. Continue your project. Please try to finish your project today. We don't have time. I mean, finish it today so tomorrow we can start with project with SQLize, and like that we are done with the relational database. Yeah.
Okay.
If you have a question, I am here.
You can stop recording.